her brother asked. Her mom looked at Reese. Can you take him? Reese would have rather stayed and watched the cute busboy, but she agreed. He's your responsibility, her mom told her, the same way she always told her about Ricky. He's your little brother. Take care of him. Inhaling, pushing back regrets, Reese looked at the empty booth where her mom had once sat and wondered if she knew Reese had failed. Oh, she'd gotten Ricky safe and sound from the toy store, but look where he was now. Sorry, Mom. Then, because she swore not to think about that, she put some real elbow grease into cleaning a week's worth of sticky off the memory-filled booth, all the while wishing all it took was elbow grease to push away the memories of the last 2 months. Moving to the next dirty table, she felt the lady flipping bacon, Casey, she'd heard someone call her, she was right, giving her a cautious eye. The 2 waitresses working the floor just looked appreciative, but they were too far in the weeds to express it verbally. One of them started seating customers in Reese's clean tables. Honey, I need some more coffee, said a man wearing a pink shirt and Bermuda shorts with big pineapples on them. Reese wavered and looked back. Getting coffee meant she'd have to go behind the bar to get the pot. Considering Casey hadn't run her off yet, she decided to brave it. She shot behind the counter, got one confused look from the old woman, but snagged the coffee and refilled cups for all the tables. 15 minutes later, she'd made another pot of coffee, cleared a couple more booths, and even rolled some silverware. The crowd of waiting customers was growing antsy, so Reese grabbed a couple of menus. Follow me. No, Casey's voice called out from behind the bar. Reese glanced back, unsure if the woman was talking to her. She was. Casey's spatula was pointed right at Reese, her wrist shifting back and forth. Reese debated ducking, fearing the woman might chuck it at her. Locals get first dibs on tables, Casey snapped. Okay. Reese faced the stunned couple, sporting beachwear and smelling like sunscreen. Sorry, she muttered, and looked at the next couple standing by the sign she'd not noticed. You locals? She asked. Born and raised and proud to be hungers, said the middle-aged woman with what appeared to be her middle-aged husband. Follow me. Reese felt Casey staring and expected to feel a spatula hit her any minute. It didn't. She continued bussing tables and seating customers for an hour. She got scolded 2 more times by Casey when she forgot to ask if the people were locals or tourists. Obviously, the gray-haired owner didn't like tourists. Never mind that over half her business stemmed from the out-of-town beachgoers. Amazingly, the smell coming from the grill convinced even the non-locals to accept their second-class status, and not one person walked out. Obviously, Casey's honky-tonk diner was still the breakfast hotspot in Hung that it had been years ago. By 10:30, the morning rush was over. Reese busied herself wiping the syrup off the menus. Her phone, tucked in her back pocket, vibrated for a second time, but she ignored it. Good employees didn't answer calls during work hours. Besides, it was probably just Granny giving her more hell for taking off. She'd spoken to her late last night after she'd checked into a hotel in Katyville, a mile from the bridge that led to the island. In the corner of her vision, she saw Casey untie her apron, hang it on a wall hook, and crook her finger at Reese. Booth 10, now. Reese swallowed a knot of nerves, relieved the woman had left her spatula behind. Shoulders held firm, she followed the woman to the back booth for what she hoped would be an interview. Surely Casey couldn't be nearly as difficult as Granny, could she? Detective Turner Calder stormed into his boss's office. Sergeant Cox looked up from his desk, obviously pissed he hadn't knocked. Turner didn't give a rat's ass if Cox got